Hello everyone, this is Karin and thank you for joining me on this unboxing and first impression video. A couple of months ago I found on eBay on sale these watercolors, which I've seen, well, not very often on YouTube, but the people using them have always got awesome results, maybe because they're very good, but I still wanted to try them. These are the Shinhan professional watercolors. I do not know where the brand comes from, but it's a set of 24 and I purchased it for 22 euros, so it was quite cheap. And if the colors are anything like I've seen on other videos, then they're absolutely worth the purchase. So I already took off the plastic. It's a simple paper box. It's nothing fancy, and this is what they look like. So these are 7.5 milliliters tubes. So they are the medium. They're not the small one because the small one is 5. But I believe this is the smallest amount you can get from this producer, so I'm not sure about that. And they also have a white and a black. Black I'm probably still going to squeeze out, but well, I'm not going to use it. Okay, so this is the box. It's well, tubes, you don't have anything plastic other than the part that holds up the tubes, and yeah, pretty simple packaging. And the palette I purchased for them, it's I found it under two names, but well, on the box it says Magello, and it's the one that I purchased for my Magellos as well. But you do find it a lot under the name Martin, and well, no idea why, but yeah, that's it. One thing I did not really understand is that, sorry, okay, this one is the 24 wells palette, and I bought this hoping it would be a little bit smaller than the 33 wells that I have for my Magellos, but this one is the one for my Magellos, and they are, I'm sorry I can't zoom out, but they're the same size. So this one is the one for my Magellos, 33 wells all used, and you have one large mixing area. But there's a video for them coming up, so please bear with me until I make it. And the 24 one, it's well, from the outside looks basically it's the same. Looks the same, airtight. So you have this this opening, this lock. Whoa. Yes, and for the other palette I put some adhesive, I don't know how it's called, it's like a paste, an adhesive paste to keep it, well, not to make it fall out. Okay, so you open it up and you have the Magello pamphlet for both colors and palette in Korean. Thank you, because I know my Korean perfectly well, but it's alright, I don't need it. And okay, this is what it looks like inside. It's the 24 wells. Yeah, a little bit dirty, but it's fine. And two extra mixing wells in here. And yeah, I had hoped it would be a little bit smaller for portability, but well, I do love the big mixing wells for the pigments, so I'm not I'm not going to be too sad about it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a small sketch on my Centenaire paper, and then I'll come back, swatch all the pigments, and do a small try out with you. See you on the second part of the video. Okay, so here's the second part, and I'm sorry if I'm going to sound a little bit random or disjointed, but this is like the third time I've been trying to do this dubbing, and it's getting really frustrating. Okay, so here you can see that I've squeezed out all the tubes, and some of them are a bit more liquid than the others, but yeah, all in all they fit really well in my wells, and I'm really pleased about that. They do look a lot like the Magellos, even though they do not smell like the Magellos. The Magellos, they smell like really bad, and it's the only thing I don't like about them. But this one, they do not actually have any smell, so it's fine. Okay, so here I already pasted down the mixing area, which I realized it's the only one that I'm going to use, because having the paints on, well, mixing wells and paints on the same plastic, it's going to be hard to clean. Clean thoroughly if like I do not use paper or anything else. But I like to like put my palette under the water and just you know, make a mess, and if I have paints all around the well, it's going to be, you know, extra messy. So yeah, probably not going to use them. And here I sped up the process, and for the first swatches, the color is a little bit less vibrant, because the colors were still wet. So I was worried I would drench my brush in paint, and so I sorry about that. I kept my hand lighter, and it was a mistake that I realized later on, and so after this swatching I went to do a second layer of paint. And I have to say that they have really vibrant colors, and I mean, they do resemble a lot the Magellos, only they're a little bit cheaper. So hey, if you're good and you're cheap, then you're my kind of paint. One of the strange things though is here I'm going to swatch two browns, and I had a moment of a moment of stupid, because they look the same, like really the same. Yeah, you can see me being confused here, but they're not the same. They're like, one is a warmer hue and the other is a colder hue. But yeah, lots of browns in here. Here's the white that I managed to dirty with that's the Van Dyke brown, the one that looks like poo, and it sounded a lot like poo coming out of the tube, so yay for consistency. Okay, here we have the blues and the purples and the greens. I decided to organize my palette this way instead of doing you know, chromatic kind of thing, and just have the warm tones on one side and the cold ones on the other side, because you know, I wanted to try it out, having a different set for my palette. And I have to say, I love their blues and I love their greens. They're probably going to be one of my favorite sets concerning greens, because it's been hard for me to find a set where where the greens are strong enough to be used alone, and so I don't have to mix them, because I love my greens, but I don't like mixing them at all. I do not like mixing, period, but yeah, greens, they always stump me. I don't like them. Okay, so here you have all the paints, and let's go for the speed paint. The subject is always my book witch, which I have used for some projects now. She's very easy to draw, I have to say, and also I do like the fact that she has darker tone for her skin, so I have to try really hard to mix a proper darker tone instead of just going for a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red, and yeah, you have the classic white skin. Okay, so the colors, they mix really well, and yeah, the paper is definitely awesome. So yeah, I will have to maybe do a review later about them, because I have no idea if they will crack when they dry, how well they will re-wet. But for now they mix really well, both on the palette itself, and also for on the paper. They do tend to bleed into each other and not glaze, but maybe that's because I do not have any patience for the paper to dry. So yeah, but they do bleed into each other, so I think it's a good thing when you know it's there, so you can take advantage of it if you want, or not. Here I managed to wait until the base was dry to do the top layer, the shadows for the scarf, and yay! And here, love this shade of red. I did not mix a lot of that paint, so I realized that yeah, I was not going to mix some more, and I tried this upwards gradient kind of thing, and I really have to say that I love how it came out. And then I grew even lazier and did not do the the bottom shading, and just fixed some pompons. And I found a use for the black watercolor, because I did not have my gold palette on me, so I had to make do with what I had, and this kind of Japanese print effect, I quite like it, if I have to say. So yeah, first impression of them is really good, so I will definitely use them more in the future, and when I'm more confident with them, I will probably do a rant review. But for now, they're awesome. I really like them. So thank you for joining me on this first impression video, and until next time.